friends, Miss Patty here at the Lincoln Public Library. Welcome to Storytime. Welcome everyone. Come on in. We'll have some fun. Welcome one, welcome all. Let's get started. We'll have a ball. So let's sing hello. We clap and sing hello. We clap and sing hello. We're all here for Storytime. We clap and sing hello. We wave and say hello. We wave and say hello. We're all here for Storytime. We wave and say hello. We nod and say hello. We nod and say hello. We're all here for Storytime. We nod and say hello. Well, hey, hi, Heidi, ho. There are many ways to say hello. Hi, hello, and how do you do? I'm Miss Patty, and how are you? I hope you're all well, and I hope you're enjoying spring so far. The weather is getting a little nicer. Most days. Some days it gets a little cool again. But that's what happens in spring, and pretty soon we'll have flowers blooming, and it'll be really nice out. And today we're going to read a story about two neighbors. And one lives in a big house, one lives in a little house. But before we do that, let's see what's in these houses here. So, there's a mouse on the run. Little mouse, are you playing hide and seek? Let's see, are you in the red house? Let's take a peek. Are you there, mouse? Oh, no mouse in the red house. Little mouse, where did you go? Are you in a house that's yellow? Knock, knock, open up. No mouse there. Little mouse, where have you been? Where did you go? Is there a mouse in that house? The greenhouse? Let's see. No mouse there. Little mouse. You're playing hide and seek? Knock, knock, knock. Are you in that blue house? Let's take a peek. Oh, there he is. There's the mouse. Thought you could hide, but he's right here. Let's put him up here to join us for story time. Little mouse. So, we all live in houses, but animals have different kinds of homes. Although, our book is about two animals, and they both live in houses. Pretend. Anyway, so, let's see what we've got here for houses. Let me look outside here. We got some water. We got a tree. Off that tree we've got a nest. So let's put our tree here so we have room. How's that? Tree has a branch with a nest. And we've got a hive. A little hive. Nice. You know who's going to live in there? We have a barn. We have a cave. So, let's see. Who makes homes out of these little places? A hive is a house for, can you guess? A bee. Yes. And a bird builds a nest in a tree. It is our little bird. What else? Bears live in caves. There's our cave. And a fish lives in a pond where it can make waves. As it jumps up. Now a cow, his house is a barn, you see. But a house is a house for me. But like I said in our story, it's going to be a little bit different. And we've got two animals who are living in houses, and they are what we call neighbors. A neighbor is someone who lives near you. And we're going to learn about being a good neighbor. We have to be friendly to our neighbors. get to know them and be nice. So let's talk about being a good neighbor. Let's see. We can move to this little rhyme. You ready? I'm going to put it up here so we can see it. Oops. There. This one after. So, hello neighbor, wave with both hands. Hello neighbor, what do you say? Shake hands, shake hands. Hello neighbor, what do you say? It's going to be a beautiful day. Put our arms up, just like the sun coming out, and let it shine. So, clap your hands and stomp your feet. And jump up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And have a seat. How's that, neighbor? We're all good neighbors when we treat our neighbors well. Let's be friends. And let's take a peek at our story. The mouse is still here watching us. And there's a mouse in our book. Our book today is called The Big House and the Little House. And our author is Yoshi Ueno. And our pictures are by Emiko Fujishima. That's the illustrator. He draws the pictures, and the author writes the words. And we're reading our book today with permission from Chronicle Books. So, Little Mouse and Big Bear. That's what the story is all about. The big house and the little house. Let's see. On a gentle slope rose a long, long road. At one end was a little house standing all alone. There it is. At the other end of the road was a big house surrounded by trees. Next to the little house was a beautiful river. Little Mouse lived there all alone. Look at his cute little house. He's sitting up there watching us too. And Little Mouse lived there all alone. Next to the big house was a big oak tree. Big Bear lived there all by himself. He didn't live in a cave. He lived in a house. Every morning, Little Mouse went to town. At the same time, Big Bear went to the forest, walking the opposite way. And that's why the two of them had never met. Guess their paths didn't cross. Little Mouse worked at a bakery. The days were busy, no time to chat. Big Bear worked alone in the forest. There was no one to eat lunch with. Sounds a little lonely. One Sunday, Little Mouse decided to go to the forest. Maybe I will meet someone there, Mouse said. Big Bear decided to go to town. How wonderful if I could meet someone nice there, said Bear. Little Mouse hurried to the forest and Big Bear scurried to town. They both looked straight ahead and they didn't even notice each other. Look at this. They're walking on two different sides of the street. So they walked right past each other. That's too bad. The forest on Sunday was full of animals enjoying picnics. I'm the only one who is all alone, Little Mouse thought. Aww. The town on Sunday was lively and crowded with cheerful animals, chatting and laughing. I'm the only one who was all alone, Bear thought. Big Bear Bear hung his head and walked home. I feel so lonely. Little Mouse walked home, looking up at the sky. I feel so lonely. In front of Big Bear's house, their eyes met. He, hello, hello, I live here, and I always drink tea alone. Would you like to have a cup of tea with me? Big Bear asked. Yes, I would love to have a cup of tea with you. Just right now, I'm quite thirsty, Little Mouse answered. Little Mouse entered Big Bear's big and cozy house. She took a seat on a teacup on a big table and drank tea from a little milk jug. This table is bigger than my house. It's great to drink tea in such a spacious home, Little Mouse said. You are my first guest ever. It's great to drink tea with a guest, Big Bear said. Little Mouse sitting on top of the tea. They talked about all they thought and felt, about the town and the forest, about how things used to be, and the good and bad of how things are now. They even talked about their wishes. Bear and Mouse had a great time together, but soon it was time to go home. Goodbye, said Bear. Can we meet again? Oh, yes, said Mouse. How about next Sunday? Next Sunday, it was raining and the wind grew fierce. Big Bear was worried. Can we meet if it's such bad weather? But the sky grew dark and the rain dashed against the windows. It's a storm. Little Mouse's house is next to the river. What if the river bursts its banks? I have to help. Big Bear rushed into the storm along the long, long road. Oh boy, looks like that rain is blowing right at him too. Are you okay? Shouted Bear. Yes, said Mouse, but the storm will wreck my house. What can we do? Oh, look at Big Bear. He's much bigger than that house. The river looked as if it could burst its banks any second. Don't worry, Little Mouse. I have an idea. Hold tight, yelled Big Bear. Okay, Big Bear, be careful, shouted Little Mouse from inside. Oh, look at that. He looks like he's going to carry the house. Nice to have a big friend who can do that. Big Bear ran through the raging storm while around him it was pitch dark. Big Bear's shoulder began to hurt as the house was very, very heavy. But he continued running, calling out, Everything will be fine, Little Mouse. Just don't lean out the window. Big Bear put Little Mouse's house carefully next to his big house. I hope you like this spot, Little Mouse, Big Bear said. The oak tree will keep your house dry. Look at that. That's a good spot. Little Mouse came outside and smiled. Thank you, Bear. That's an excellent spot. In Big Bear's house, at the cozy table, Big Bear and Little Mouse drank a cup of hot tea. Today was a stressful Sunday, wasn't it? But we met. We still got together, even though it was a bad day. And so it became to be that big house and a little house lived next to each other. Every morning, Little Mouse and Big Bear said good morning to each other and went to work. Little Mouse to town and Big Bear to the forest. So they got to be neighbors. And there's nothing like having a kind neighbor. In the evening, they talked about all the things that happened that day, and neither was lonely anymore because they had a nice friend living right next door. Isn't that a nice story? I hope you liked it. That's the story of the big house and the little house. And we do have other books in the library all about neighbors and friends. So if you would like, you can come in and check one out. There are a lot of different ones. This is just a very small sampling of the neighbor books that we have. And if you pop into the library, we also, in our lobby, are going to have little crowns that you can make. All about me. So that if you want to meet a friend or a neighbor, they'll know your name, how old you are, what you like to eat, and what you like to play. And you can even make a little picture of yourself. So pop on you like. Also, letter of the week is the letter F for friend. And there are a lot of other things that begin with the letter F. Feather, fence, flowers, flashlight, flamingo, the number 5, and the number 4. Both begin with the letter F. So your job is, when you're out and about, look and listen for words that begin with the letter F. And if you see or hear one, tell an adult and let them know that that is our letter of the week. And next week we'll be doing a different letter. So if you ever want to come into the library, though, we are open. So come on in and browse. We'll help you find some good books. I haven't seen some of you in a while, and the weather's getting nice, so come on over. And until next week, bye-bye now.